Hi there, Leo. Thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for August. You pride yourself, pardon the pun, being a lion, in being someone who comes across in a very gracious manner. You don't like fuss, and also you don't really like people to know what's going on with your emotions, not too easily, because it's very important to you to maintain your rather regal air. And that's a lovely part of being a Leo. You do have this aura, this authority. You don't necessarily have to shout it from the treetops either. But at the start of this month, someone may feel that you've been rather too preoccupied with your own needs, projects, rather inward looking, and you're not getting how they're feeling. And part of this could be because you have been struggling with the transit of Mercury in your sign, twisting backwards, and something that's been very important to you has just been refusing to go exactly to plan, which has been hugely frustrating. Keep the faith, because Mercury starts to go forwards at the start of week 2 of this month, and by week 3 is forging an awesome link with Uranus, the planet which can help you to bring originality, flair, and also impetus to any project that has stalled. When you look back later in the month, at the start of the month, I do think you might actually be quite philosophical about any delays or glitches that occurred, and see that they actually did occur for a reason, and what you end up doing is actually for the best. Sometimes it's hard to be philosophical about this, particularly around relationships that don't go to plan. But if someone does criticise you at the start of this month, it may be because they don't see you the way that you see yourself. And that could be quite wounding for your ego, but try to be democratic in the way that you unpick this. Now then, on the 8th, Venus does move into a pretty tricky area for you if a relationship is really bumping along the bottom. And it is possible that it could come to a complete end. When Venus makes its way through what's known as the 12th house, it can see us also yearning for past loves. Could see you bump into an old flame in a supermarket, or even find one on a social networking site. Your intrigue with the past kind of grows, but also there is this potential for separation, but this will only happen where a relationship has really run its course. Much brighter and more positive energy comes for you at the heart of the month when there's a wonderful new moon in your sign. This is going to be like an affirmation of who you are. So if this is challenged at the start of August, stick with it. The good stuff is going to come through, the astral cavalry. And the astral cavalry comes through in the form of the Sun forging a great link with Saturn and also Mars. Now Mars and Saturn are going to go side by side this month. And if you think back over the last 2.25 years, I think there may be times when you've really been pulling your hair out that other people don't seem to hear your message. Well, if you really need to pump across your ideas, promote a project that's important to you, or just come across in a social setting with more conviction and confidence, Mars is going to give you the wherewithal to do this. You're going to feel much less inhibited about connecting with the people around you. However, there is a change which occurs on the 23rd. The Sun moves out of your sign, moves into Virgo. Now, ordinarily, the things that you've been working on building up, especially new beginnings, this is the time when they start to take more shape and form. But this time, because of an opposition with Neptune, things may not be completely clear. Something could be quite swirly. You might not get the facts on something. If you're trying to refinance, buy a property, or get any kind of money, don't speak to only one lender or one financial advisor. Shop around a bit, get a full picture of what's going on. You might not initially be told the absolute truth. Now Mars also moves. It moves into an area which can make you a little bit defensive around home issues. So if you start moving all the furniture around at the end of August without discussing it with the people you live with, well, you're not going to be tremendously popular. But it can give you a drive to improve things around your domestic situation. And if you do want to make that extension, refit your kitchen or bathroom, decorate a room, well, Mars is certainly going to give you the drive to do this. And once the Sun gets beyond that opposition with Neptune, the financial side of things can fall into place. But I do feel, as much as communication can be an area that you really flourish at eventually this month, once Mercury goes forwards, and once you've shrugged off that full moon, I do think it is important just to be conscious of the psychological influence of Venus on all sorts of relationships, and the potential for you to be a little bit more anxious about what people think about you, and also to gain an attraction to someone on a very quiet, low-key, or even clandestine basis. And it could, as I say, be linked to someone you already know or an old flame. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now. Hello, if you'd like a live astrology, psychic or tarot reading on a one-to-one basis, why not link the people beneath this video? Put this link in your browser, and this is my team of psychics. Your live reading starts at a very competitive rate. And also, if you do have a reading and you're just not totally happy with it, we'll give you your money back. You can't really say fairer than that. Thank you.